Just finished seasoning, cooking, cleaning, and treating our brand new griddle on our new little camper. Stick around, I'll show you start to finish. This is our new griddle, and it is tucked in, which is pretty cool. So that's how you pull it out. You got to flip this down. This is a quick connect for your gas. Pull that back. That's how it goes on. And then when you want it off, you pull it back, pull this sleeve back, and it pops off. So that's that step. This camper, yours may or may not, but most do, modern days. This is another quick connect for your gas line. Then this valve opens, now gas is on. Now one thing we bought for ours that I think will help, learn from our Blackstone griddle at home, if I can get these loose. This is a universal fit from Amazon. This is how this goes on. And if you've ever cooked on a Blackstone, you know that you lose a lot of heat around the base of your griddle. So I did similar on our big Blackstone at home, and then I looked this one up to use on the camper. And that will save you a fortune in gas. It also comes with this warming rack if you need it. It just extends, and this is kind of a universal, fits several different sizes. If you need the warming rack, that's how you go. Since we've never used or cooked on this griddle, if you look, it's brand new. We've got to season it. On our big griddle at home, I use just basically some kind of oil. Usually olive oil at home because of its flash point. It does really well for seasoning, but I decided on our new griddle to try this Blackstone griddle seasoning. So first, we have to wait on the griddle to get hot. So let's light the griddle. I turn the gas on. So maybe, since this is brand new, there's a good chance that we're having issues getting gas back here. So typically, if that's the case, you hold the button in and it will open a valve and let gas come this way, and then you turn and it ignites. But for some reason, either my igniter is not firing or I don't have gas back here. So first move is to find a lighter. Just in case it's the igniter, we'll try it with a lighter. That'll answer some of our questions. It is not getting gas back here. All right, troubleshooting. So this bottle is on, and it shows to have plenty of gas. All right. Step one, we have gas. So maybe we just, since we've never used this, maybe we just need to purge the lines. So we're gonna hold that on high for just a minute and hopefully get some gas back here to the burner. I know I turned that valve on. There's the problem. This hose was not connected good. So turn this valve back that way. If it's sideways, it's closed. If it's perpendicular, it is open. This didn't get installed good. Now, see, should have pulled on that to start with. Now then, we should have gas. And you can see we now have gas. Seasoning is a lot of waiting. We got to get the griddle hot, then we'll put the first on, spread it around, let it burn off, coat again, let it burn off, coat again, let it burn off. Instructions say 3 to 5 times with a minimum of 3. So we'll do it 3 and see what it looks like. For seasoning purposes, I'm gonna leave these off. We'll put those back when we get started after seasoning, before we cook. You can see it getting hot. So reason for these is so I don't have to put my hand here when I spread the seasoning. First step, anytime you get a pair of tongs, you gotta make sure they work. These seem good. This looks almost like Crisco. Start with getting us a good bit of this on there. And this is why we choose not to use those sides, is because we need to season the whole griddle, and they kind of blocked us from it. So we need this spread everywhere. We want it all over the surface. Might have got a little much. Also want it along all the edges, because what you're trying to do is get a coat of oil base down so you don't have issues with rust. And with that guard on, I couldn't rub the edges like this. That's why I pulled it back off. So here we are. We've got this spread out. And now basically from here, we wait on this to all smoke off, and then we will go with coat number 2. You can see the middle starting to turn black. When we get finished, it all should be that way, but you can also see we got to burn all this off around the edges. So it'll take a few minutes to season a griddle. You can see smoked up pretty good. A lot of smoke, but that's by design. Sometimes you can see it puddle in the corner, so you got to just get that pulled out. Black is pretty well spread in the middle. The sides are still not, but they take longer to get hot. I think we're safe to go with coating number 2. We're going to give this on, spread it, dose number 2. Take our paper towel. These tongs are so you don't have to put your hand on it, because that is extremely hot. Spread this around. Now you can see it smoking good, which is what we're after. You can see smoking pretty good. We're gonna wipe it down one more time, give it a few more minutes, and then we're gonna go with coating number 3. The more you do, the more this black will spread. Eventually it'll spread everywhere, but we're hungry, so we're gonna get 2-3 coats on, and then we're gonna cook. And then we will, after cooking, we will put at least 1 more. Dose number 3 says to use a tablespoon per. The first one, I think I got a little carried away. Then we're gonna let this one cook off, cook our supper, and then we'll do another 1 or 2 coats of this while we eat. Spread this guy around. Make sure you coat around the edges. I like to wipe around the top and even on the outside a little. All right, so once this smoke dies down, we'll be ready to put our food on.
So tonight on our griddle, we are cooking, I just got some of these Beyond Steak. These are like steak tips. We're gonna do like Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. I have these marinating in just some sauces, garlic, salt, pepper, and we're gonna cook this on the griddle and then also cook up some peppers and onions. We're gonna toast our bread, put some cheese on it, and we are gonna dig in. Peppers and onions coming up. Are we ready?
Well, now that we've kind of got the seasoning almost, we're gonna go ahead and put this back. Couple of reasons. Like I mentioned earlier, I like that it keeps the heat from the flame tucked into the around the edges. You lose a lot of heat out these sides, and this also will help block the heat off the side of our camper, which always makes me a little nervous with a griddle right on the edge of the camper. I think we're ready to start cooking. Peppers and onions will probably take the longest, so we're going to get those on first. A little bit of oil, spread that around. Then dump on our frozen peppers and onions. Turn the heat down just a smidge. Black pepper and garlic.
Our favorite spice that we use on literally everything. Is that smelling good and my stomach's growling? Yummy.
I think we're good to put the plant-based meat
All right, coming up.
We need a touch of oil, especially on a new griddle. You have to use a little more oil than when it's seasoned because you don't want stuff to stick. And in she goes. It don't even look like it's not meat, does it?
Looks pretty real to me. Looks very tasty to me. These are gonna make great Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Mmm. Mama's hungry. We're gonna go ahead and cut them all the way in half so that we can kind of toast them. And I'm gonna spray them with a little bit of spray so we can put them on the grill. And we're ready. Looking tasty.
Not long. Won't be long. We're gonna mix our steak bites and our peppers and onions. Because next, we have to toast our bread. See, I put the drying rack or the warming rack up. Bread is toasted. We're gonna build our sandwiches. We're gonna get her Better Goods vegan cheese right on top of this pile.
Ooh, fresh off the grill, looks delicious. I'm just gonna build his. Ooh, it looks so good.
Y'all can debate that on your own, which cheese is better. But I'm pretty sure everybody knows. Every time we do cheese, this has to happen, just so everybody knows. Little Oakley loves her some cheese. All right, mine is all ready. Clean up our leftovers. Oh, that's hot. You're not gonna just let me stand there and hold it.
I thought you were showing it to the camera.
I'm trying to give you a bite.
Hot off of the griddle.
Hers is vegan, mine's vegetarian. I am not a vegetarian, I just don't eat red meat, but I still love steak. So, bon appetit.
Cheers.
Salute. Pretty good.
That's good. Yummy. Delicious. That was very good. Delicious. Now we're ready for the cleanup process.
So now we're finished eating. We have to light the griddle back. We can go ahead and take this apart. If anything is stuck, this plant-based stuff doesn't stick as bad as animal-based stuff, honestly, because it doesn't have as much grease. But if you keep some warmth in your griddle, bring the heat down and put some water, the stuff just turns loose with a little bit of water. Other people do different things. Griddled a lot. This is the best way to me. A little bit of warmth in your griddle, a little bit of water, especially if you've cooked with real beef or with chicken or with pork. It sticks pretty bad at times. You don't want to scrape it all the way back to metal because we still want the seasoning. You just want it to feel smooth. Everything's loose. We're going to wipe it down. It does have the little grease drain in the corner, so we can push everything to the grease drain. Make sure you turn the heat back off before you start this process, because this'll burn you if you don't. One more quick wipe. And then we're going to go through one more round of the seasoning, which means light your griddle. You want it to get hot again. Wipe down. Pretty clean. You want one more spoon. This. We're going to spread that around just like we did earlier. Get a good coating on the whole griddle. And then we want this to fire off. See, it's smoking really good. We need to get the smoke everywhere. Get this one cooked off. Once this kind of smokes off and dry, we'll wipe it down. You can see the edges still have a little bit of residue. Spread that around till all of that's gone. We will be ready for it to cool, and then we'll come back and put it up. We're pretty well smoked down. We're going to cut the gas off. While it's cooling, we're going to go ahead, reach under here, make sure you cut this valve off. Like earlier, when it's perpendicular, it is off. This is also a quick valve, so it will, when I do that, even if this is on now, gas can't come out, but always turn your gas off. But to plug in it, quick connect, pull that loose, flip this up on this particular model. But one thing we make sure we do, take our grease pan. Now this one, you can see there's not grease there because we didn't cook a greasy meal. Sometimes this will have, if you cook burgers or real meat or pork, beef, whatever, this will be greasy and you'll need to dump it into a garbage bag. But this is just water from where we cleaned it. Since it's just water, we'll dump it out. Like I said, if it was grease, you'll need to put it in a garbage bag because you don't dump grease on the ground at a campground or anywhere else. So just get it dry, but don't put it back inside your camper or your vehicle without emptying that, because you'll have water or grease all over the floor of your vehicle as you travel. 16, 17 minutes in, a little bit warm, not too warm to put up. Slide it in. Make sure you push the latch down for traveling. That's it. We're done.